man of self-control, the info is plain. If you don't know, feel that energy flow right into your brain. Your whole game will change. Soldiers retain, soldiers retain, soldiers retain. Real strong man of self-control, the info is plain. If you don't know, feel that energy flow right into your brain. Your whole game will change. Soldiers retain, soldiers retain.
Semen retention soldiers. I feel like I should step up there to match it. There we go. Semen retention soldiers.
Yeah.
What's going down, Captain Jake? It's here Wednesday. We were just talking about like in our training studio, in our training grounds.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna make a place that's more like my training ground soon. Get it all done up and stuff. It's really nice to have a place, you know, like you were saying earlier when we were talking before, like a temple. You go to meditate, you should have a place where you go to do your practices, your workouts, make it really feel the right atmosphere.
Yeah, I think that's important. You know, that's a lesson for both in and outside the bedroom, you know, which is atmosphere. You know, the atmosphere, especially with women, the atmosphere is going to help dictate their mood, right? And so I think a lot of guys, you know, at the beginning of relationships, we tend to remember that, right? We put in all that effort, right?
Yeah.
Candles and we do the whole thing. We recognize that there's a whole lead up and atmosphere and mood that needs to be created for then, you know, for intimacy to happen.
Yeah.
When we skip those steps, especially because of the porn, right? For, you know, guys who are watching lots of porn trains you to skip all those steps. And there's this unconscious expectation now that, you know, a woman's just going to fall for you, or you're just going to come out the shower and wave your dingling around. And she's going to be like, oh my God, yes, do it. Right. Because that's what they do in the porn flicks, you know, but the reality is a lot different. And so here inside the Semen Retention Army, with all of the guys that we work with and that we're training, it's all about bringing our sex life back into a natural, healthy expression of sexuality. And it's something that the entire world needs right now. So it doesn't mean you have to become a monk. It doesn't mean you have to, never ejaculate again. What we're talking about is getting rid of the unnatural things that we're doing. And let's just get it back into a natural form, which is not just fulfilling in the bedroom, because the S3X becomes better. We're using that as code so that we're trying to stay nice on the algorithms. I'm trying my hardest. So it's not just about the intimacy physically, but it becomes about the intimacy emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And it becomes about the intimacy not just with women or physical partners, but about the intimacy of all the relationships you're in. And ultimately, the most important relationship, in my opinion, which is your relationship with God and your divine reality. I think that's the most important relationship that you could develop. And these practices are like a slow transition from totally physically watching porn, jerking off, doing all of that, you know, to getting back into a natural, healthy expression, learning how to attract sex. Oh, sorry, S3X.
Damn it.
Come on, YouTube, give us a break. And attract it, create the mood for good, healthy sexual experiences, fulfilling sexual experiences, which in return was really interesting because when you're fulfilled there and you feel, oh yeah, that's good, I'm fulfilled, like I got that, you know, I got that, not just the physical pleasure, but the mental and emotional connection that I'm looking for, that really intimacy that I'm looking for, I'm fulfilled in that. Then it keeps, because you're feeling fulfilled, you stay away from the things that are no longer aligned with your vision for who you are cultivating yourself to be.
Yeah, and arrange your life around that, you know, like I like to put some nice music on when I do these practices, have some spiritual pictures, and, you know, just to remind yourself every morning or whenever you do it, just realign yourself into that atmosphere of your life, you know, so it's important.
I love it. Creating atmosphere. That's the lesson. That'll be my video for my social media.
Atmosphere within. Yeah.
All right. So let's work on our atmosphere within. Everybody zip your legs up. We're going to get started on our practice. We're going to do a short demonstration. We're going to do 3 techniques for you today. We're going to be demonstrating deep earth pulsing. We're going to be just demonstrating a standing meditation. Actually, the one that we did last week, we're going to continue to work with that. And we're going to be demonstrating Tumo breath and putting them together into one flow to make about a 15-minute sexual alchemy routine that's going to help relax your body and help you split your consciousness so that when you're in the bedroom, you could be doing a few things at the same time. So it gives you extra skills and dynamics in the bedroom. Too many guys in the bedroom are just focused on one thing, one area, and it's generally themselves and their genitals and getting off. But a masterful lover is going to put their focus and intention and be able to create a full body experience. And that means how you train yourself to do that in the bedroom is you have to first be able to create awareness within yourself at more subtle and more controlled levels. So deep earth pulsing is really going to help with that. Outside the bedroom, the application is that you'll be able to keep, right now I'm doing multiple things, right? I'm speaking to you, but I'm also looking at the time. I'm thinking about the exercises, and rather having your brain waves flow into each other and become this mishy-mashy where you become an indecisive, should I do this? Should I do that? I can't get my own mind under control. I can't make a decision. All of that kind of jazz and procrastination that's going on. These exercises will help you organize your internal energies, your internal thoughts. And as you organize within, you will organize without. As within, so it is without, because you will bring your inner world to every outer activity that you do. Let's do it. Deep earth pulsing. So you're going to zip up your legs. You're going to take your feet. You're going to put them like 45 degrees out. Then you're going to take your ankles and pop them so that you are roughly shoulder width apart. Your knees are slightly bent. Now, this one, I brought my knees in a little bit. You can adjust it as you need it. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your hands and imagine they're just floating here, like you're sitting in water up to waist where your hands are, and they're just floating. And then imagine a string, an energy line going from the center of the palm to your knee on both hands. So your hand and your knee are attached. And then you're going to bring up your right hand and up comes your right knee. I'm going to move just the camera a little bit so you can see my body. Okay, let me do that again. So I'm going up and down, and then left up and down, right up and down, left up and down. Now get into a rhythm. Slow at first, mindful. Remember that these are energy practices. So it's not a physical thing. These are mindful movements designing to help you grow in mindful inner awareness. When you become mindful of your inner world, you will realize for yourself the deep correlation and relationship between your inner world and thoughts and the outer actions and results that you experience. Our job as human beings is to become more and more conscious. So these exercises are developing your energy body and your inner awareness. Now, when you come up on one, imagine energy flowing up from the ground, right up the leg into the lower dantian, which is the center point here. 2 finger lengths right below the belly button, deep in your center. So when my right hand and knee comes up, I'm imagining energy flowing up my leg and right into my dantian. And then as that leg goes down, the energy flows back down into Mother Earth. And on the opposite side, the opposite is happening. The left, so my right is coming down and my left is coming up, and energy is flowing up the leg into the center dantian. So the 2 points are meeting here. And then when the left leg goes down, it is going down into the ground. Deep earth pulsing. This is help grounding your energy. And it's now the drawing the energy lines up and down may be difficult at the beginning, but as you continue to practice this technique, you will be able to work with your mind and energy body in such a subtle way, you'll be able to split your consciousness where you can control the energy of the left body and the right body differently. This is giving you incredible energetic mastery. I'm just going to adjust my camera. This is giving you mastery over your energy body, and it's mastery over your energy body, which allows you mastery over your nervous system. Mastery over the nervous system allows mastery over the thoughts. Mastery over the thoughts is mastery over your words. Mastery over your words is mastery over your perception. And your perception is how you act, show up, and create in this world. So we're just going to do a few minutes of deep earth pulsing. And again, see if you can get into a rhythm.
You can also imagine roots going down into earth through the bottom of your feet, which is really nice. And feeling very connected to Mother Earth. I always feel that when I do this practice. Also, colors might help. Imagining like a pink energy coming up from Mother Earth and a blue coming down from you, the upward and downward flow at the same time, splitting your consciousness. It's really cool.
Definitely. I added the colors piece.
Yeah, that can help.
Yeah. And the roots helps to anchor the ground. What's in the if you have the opportunity to do deep earth pulsing barefoot on
in the grass.
Earth, yeah, on the grass, it is a very deeply connected experience. And you know, anytime we can get out in nature and do practices in nature, it's so much better. And it really connects you. You feel very grounded, strong, and you can do this. Like I was sharing, we did this live on Instagram yesterday that we were doing this practice, and I was saying that you can do this practice like, you know, you're watching a movie. I put on a movie. The movie was about an hour and a half, and I just did this for the entire movie. I watched the movie and did this, and it was like, and after a while, your body just takes over. You get into such a rhythm where it doesn't even feel like you're doing it anymore. You're just witnessing your body move. It's a wonderful experience. And the other part of it, we're just going to go for another minute here, guys. And so just keep your awareness anchored. Of course, we're demonstrating, I'm talking. If I was doing this by myself, I would be silent. Generally, my eyes would be closed, and I would also be doing deep testicle breathing with it, expanding the testicles as lungs and retracting them. I would probably also be circulating my microcosmic orbit at the same time. I'd be adding all kinds of things that as you work with these practices more and more and work with mindful movements more and more, you recognize that you can do a lot of really cool things, and they're tangible experiences that you're feeling the blissful energy body throughout your physical body and even beyond. You can start to feel your auric field and really sense the different energies.
Yeah, I'm starting to do that now. It's cool.
Yeah, nice. All right, well, let's ground ourselves. We'll get into Wu Ji position and posture. And then imagine two strings were on your wrist, and those strings floated your wrist up like your wrists were being pulled up from the sky. And now imagine two balloons under the elbow, and they inflated, straightening your elbow, making your elbows parallel to the ground. Chin tucked in, knees are slightly bent, butt is tucked in like you're sitting on a bar stool, like leaning back, so your spine is straight. And we're going to begin 2 minutes of standing meditation. Just get used to being in the posture. And we'll begin.
I want to say that the way I hold the pose without it hurting is as soon as a part starts to hurt, I just run my mind through it and relax it. So like the arms, shoulders, the fingers, I don't drop them down. I just relax it with my mind, and it works.
Yeah. Really, it gives you the practical experience that your mind does truly control your body.
Yeah.
Because you realize from your own experience that, oh, wow, I can move beyond discomfort. I can move beyond pain. Well, once you realize that at the level of the mind, and then now you're on, you can move through your workouts better. Why? Because you're going to move through the pain better. You're going to embrace it. You're going to know how to relax your muscles while they're burning. This is going to give you relaxation in the bedroom. So if you feel yourself getting too excited, or you feel like you'll be able to relax yourself and ground that energy. You have to do a presentation at work or at school, or you got to have an uncomfortable conversation. It's the same technique that helps you relax your body. You drop your awareness into your dantian, your power center. You relax your body, and you'll notice your thoughts will calm. As your thoughts calm down, your intelligence is able to take over and make good choices.
That's what I love about these practices, when they split your consciousness as well, because you learn to stay very relaxed inwardly and focused, and then outwardly you're still doing so many things, but it's not like, as you say, merged into one crazy. It's like you can still stay very equipoised within whatever activity you're doing.
That's right.
And it's very nice.
All right, we can bring our hands down, back to Wuji position and posture. And you can just roll your shoulders out if you need. Again, inside of the Semen Retention Army, we do 5-minute, 10-minute, 15 meditations. You could do longer. I've done all the way up to half-hour standing meditation. And it's quite an experience, how you can move through the pain, the discomfort, and really discover new inner aspects. And all of these practices are designed, what you're doing here is you're strengthening your inner world. Most people strengthen their outer worlds, right? Or they attempt to anyways, but most people fail. Why? Because they don't recognize this basic truth. Your outer world, the way you organize your outer world, is the way you're going to is reflective of the way you organize your inner world. So it's always about strong inner workings. Once we develop strong inner workings, then outwardly we are able to be more effective in the world. And again, this applies both in and outside the bedroom. Let's get ourselves energized as we wrap up today's practice. I encourage everybody to go to nikuladas.com and get involved with the free ejaculation control guide. It's a great introduction to sexual alchemy and the army and what we're all about. You can go do the practices, take on the 7-day challenge, and reach out to me for support and help. Let's do 2 more breaths, get ourselves energized, and we'll wrap it up. I'm just going to change the angle of my camera here. All right, cool. So you can see I'm on the ground, cross-legged. You don't got to be some crazy yogi or something to do these practices. Just a regular cross-legged position is fine. And you can see Jake is sitting up on a couch. and that's perfectly fine too. In fact, I actually prefer sitting up on the seat for most of these practices as opposed to the, like kind of the cross-legged thing. But it's what I got right now. So we're going to just demonstrate two different styles. We're going to do Tumo breath. So Tumo breath, I'll quickly explain, is a long exhale outwards through pursed lips. So imagine you were drinking from a straw, right? You would be exhaling out. And the secret to it is that your exhale is coming from the lower dantian or solar plex chakra. It's coming from the deep center of your belly. And that's where your mind and breath is coming from. And it's meant, the word tumo literally means fire. So tumo breath is fire breath. If you ever seen the yogis, how sometimes you could see a yogi, like pictures or documentaries where yogis are living, in these harsh conditions, Himalayan mountains, cold, and they're wearing nothing but loincloth, right? You think, how do they do it? This is one of the techniques they use. Very powerful practitioners can come out of the water and dry themselves with these type of practices. Other practitioners can heat themselves up so much that they begin to sweat. So you can work in many different ways and levels of intensity. For the purposes of our sexual alchemy and being able to hold semen retention, this helps us energize ourselves up in a natural way so that we're able to let go of the vices. Like sometimes when you need to, I need to ejaculate, you do a couple rounds of Tumo breath and you'll notice that your mind is clear, focused, and you're able to control your energy in a much deeper way. So that's Tumo breath. We're going to do 9 warriors breath to get the energy moving and pumping. Then we're going to inhale all of our breath, anchor it into the dantian, and then we'll execute the Tumo breath. So I'll demonstrate 3 warriors breaths right now so that you can get an idea of what we're doing. So it's a full exhale out and a full inhale in. That's warrior's breath. So let's do 9 warrior's breath and then a round of Tumo breath. We'll begin. 3, 2, 1, begin. Nine. I fill up my chest. Move that air to the stomach, anchor my mind in the dantian, clinch my perineum, push down with my diaphragm so that my belly's pushing out, and Tumo breath. So I added some pieces there that are what we teach in the course, a little bit more advanced, where you clench the perineum and you push down the diaphragm. So you're compacting and you're squeezing in from the side. So we teach a technique called reverse breathing, which teaches you how to breathe, not just from the stomach, but it teaches you how to breathe from the entire body. So all 4 sides, and essentially 6 sides, top and bottom as well, are expanding and contracting. When you contract like that with a Tumo breath, as you're breathing out, you'll notice that you can, first of all, push a lot more air out than you're used to. And therefore you can bring in fresh new oxygen, energizing the body in a, with fresh vitality in a greater capacity. You could control your breath. Therefore you could control your thought. Because to control your breath, you'll have to bring your awareness to the breath. And to contract the body, you have to bring your awareness to your inner self. And that trains you to control yourself from your inner world as opposed to reacting to the outer world all the time. Let's do one more, man, and then we can wrap it up. All right, here we go. Let's do 9 warriors breath and then your longest Tumo breath. And then we'll be ready to rock the day. 3, 2, 1. clenching the perineum, squeezing the diaphragm, contracting the body. 2 more breath.
I always feel so energized after that one suddenly. It's a great one to do if you're feeling tired. In the afternoon, when you get that little lull after doing work and you're like, oh, and then do that and you're ready to work again.
Yeah, man. I do 2 more breath in the afternoons when I need that extra boost, or I feel myself kind of fading. I'll either do some 2 more breath or some transformational breath work, really get my energy going. Sometimes I'll just go for a walk or do like a yoga flow, like the sun salutations inside the army. There's a bunch of different techniques that we equip you with to be able to energize yourself so that you're not going to the caffeines and the million different ways this modern world has taught us to stimulate ourselves, but we can do it naturally through
That's what I love about
nature,
the
baby.
program. It's all holistic, you know. You got different things in the program for different times. If you want to heat up, if you want to cool down, you know, if you need energy, if you want to balance out, and all different techniques for different things. So we don't have to rely on these external things like energy drinks or whatever, sugar, you know, that are bad for you. As you said, it's natural. The body has natural ways. So it's great to know all these techniques and we can master our energies.
Yeah, most of us know how to use our iPhones better than we know how to use our own bodies. But we should always remember that we are literally sitting in the most advanced piece of technology on this planet. There's nothing more advanced than the human form on this planet. And so when we understand that and we appreciate that, we become conscious to like, wow, this is like a unique opportunity to be in this body, in this personality that you have, in the circumstances that you're find yourselves in, the good, the bad, the ugly. It's all meant to help you grow. It's all meant to help you evolve. And when you remember that and approach life like that, it changes the game and you become a powerhouse man, both in and outside the bedroom. Guys, go to nikuladas.com. Make sure you register for the free ejaculation control guide. Check out the links below. You know, there's webinars coming up and you've got the 7-day free trial to join the army. You know, I recommend just jumping right into it. Join the army. You know, in that 7 days, we'll have a coaching call. We'll set your goals. I'll show you the entire program. You'll have access to the entire program for 7 days. You can try the whole thing out. You'll come inside one of our support battalions and see what it's like to stay motivated and connected with a group of guys who are constantly working on themselves and improving. It will totally transform your life, I promise you. And what do you got to lose? Nothing. All you have to do is to gain an experience that will enhance you. So come join us inside the Semen Retention Army. Go to nikuladas.com. Make sure you're following Jake on Instagram, myself on Instagram, and we'll see you guys next week for another practice.
Yeah. Soldiers return.
We got to end it off with our theme song here, our army theme song. All right, we'll see you guys next week.
Soldiers retain. Real strong men are self-control. Their info is plain. If you don't know, feel that energy flow right into your brain. Your whole game will change. Soldiers retain. Soldiers retain. Soldiers retain. Real strong men are self-control. Their info is plain.